Simplifying or reducing fractions means we need to extract a one factor from the problem. If I look at this number, I can rewrite 99 as 9 times 11. And if I need to, I'll write 9 as 3 times 3. In the denominator, I want to see if 9 or 11 happens to go into 117. Let's see, 9 into 11 goes once, and 2 over 9 into 27 goes 3. So I think 9 times 13, 9 threes are 27, 9 ones are 9, 2 is 11. So 9 times 13 is 117. We see a one factor. A number over itself is a one factor, so they can be canceled, and it would be left with negative 11/13 as the answer. Next problem. We want to simplify 16 over 81. 16 is an even number, 81 is an odd number. The only factors of 16 are basically 2. 2 does not go into 81. So there's no way of reducing this, but we got to write an answer. Write the fraction in simplest form. It is actually the same answer, the same problem, 16 over 81. But that bothers people, that doesn't reduce any further. This problem asks us to do two things. It asks us to divide and then multiply. Well, to divide, I'm going to write the numerator. I'm going to change division to equivalent multiplication. So I write the numerator as 1, change division to multiplication. But if I do that, I also have to flip or reciprocate the 3/4, so that becomes 4/3 times 2/3. Well, 1 times 4/3 is just 4/3 times 2/3. Instead of multiplying right away and getting 8 over 9, well, actually, it doesn't make a difference in this case. So I'm going to multiply and get 8 over 9 as the answer. I was looking to see if I could reduce first, but in this problem, we can't reduce. It's always better to reduce and then multiply. Next problem is a division and also a multiplication. We have to do what's in the parentheses first. So we're going to have negative 15 14ths divided by, in the parentheses, I don't see any reduction, so I'm going to multiply 5 sevens is 35, 5 ones are 5, and 3 is 8, and 3 times 2 is 6. Next step is to change the division into equivalent multiplication. So I change it to a multiplication. If I flip this second fraction, not the first, so it becomes 6 over 85. Instead of multiplying across and getting 15 times 6 and 14 times 85, which is large numbers, I want to see if I can reduce first. I see that 2 goes in 6 3 times, and 2 goes in 14 7 times. I think there's reduction this way. 5 into 15 is 3, 5 into 8 is 1, 5 into 35 is 17. I reduced as much as possible. Now I'm going to multiply, so 3 times 3 is 9, and 7 times 17, 7 sevens is 49, 7 ones is 7, and 4 is 11. It's much easier to reduce before you do the multiplication rather than the other way around. Isn't that a problem for division? What I want to do is rewrite the problem as an equivalent multiplication, so that division changes to a multiplication. If the fraction that follows becomes the reciprocal, or 15y over 8, the first fraction stays the same. Now, it says multiply, and technically we should multiply across to get the answer, but we're going to have to reduce the answer at the very end. So it's better to reduce first. 8 to 8, 1, 8 to 16 is twice. The y's are going to cancel. 5 into 15 is 3. 5 into, 3 into 15, excuse me, 3 into 15. Less. 3 into 15 is 5. 3 into 27 is 9. Now I can multiply across. 2 times 5 would be 10, and 9 times 1 would be 9. Here we're raising a fraction to a power. We have to raise everything to the fifth power. We have a minus sign here. An odd number of minus signs is always a minus answer. I'm not going to calculate out what 3 to the fifth is because I'm looking ahead. I'm going to write this as 3 to the fifth. 5 to the fifth, I'm going to actually do the calculation on my calculator, and it turns out to be 3125 times 1/3. We need to simplify the answer before we actually multiply. This is 3 to the 1 understood. So this cancels if I reduce this down to the fourth power. So the final answer is going to be minus 3 to the fourth power over 3125. Let me do what 3 to the fourth is. 3 raised to the fourth power on my calculator is 81. So I think the best answer to this problem is negative 81 over 3125.